Hey, it's Drew from Iron and Lime. I am back with kind of a middle video just because this is something that happened. So thank you for watching. Happy to have you here. And this is something that I couldn't find anything else really out there about. But a lot of times in I guess the equipment game, when you go to order new equipment, you'll get to a piece where it's so tight. And then, you could force it on. First time I had this, I used a mallet to tap it on. I can like slam it on there, right? Um, but then I started to notice that it was kind of like it's UHMW, so it's not going to hurt the metal, but sometimes it does start to eat away at the paint a little bit. So with that, the video that I'm going to show you today is calibrating your Sandwich J Cup UHMW to make sure that it's not too tight. So if you already knew this and you already knew about Rogue calibration kits, I apologize. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Let's get into it. All right, so what are sandwich J cups, right? So if you're new to the Rogue Monster ecosystem, Monster uprights are 3x3, and they essentially have these sandwich J cups. So there's this UHMW that goes all the way around, same with the 2-inch, goes all the way around, and it is sandwiched between two pieces of metal, right? So essentially it's protective of your barbell and anything you would need. And then it also, because Rogue is so wide, it gives you that extra inch or two, I guess, with the 1-inch sandwich J cups, so that you can kind of have that room side to side when you're re-racking. As anybody that's ever used Rogue for a while knows, the 49s definitely can be a little wide with some barbell work. So when I got these 2-inch sandwich J cups, they were a little tight, and 1-inch has been fine. But as you can see, it's still a little bit tight, but not anything to write Rogue about. But this one was very tight, so I did reach out to Rogue. All right, so first thing I did was I tried to live with it for a week and a half. But then when I started to notice it was affecting the powder coat, I reached out to Rogue. So they asked me to send them a video, which I did. I sent it to them, and so they could kind of see and determine if this was within tolerance or not. They ultimately decided it was not within tolerance and that they would like to fix it. So they sent out a calibration kit, which is really just 4 different sizes of that back UHMW thickness pieces that you can kind of try to see. So essentially, if you're in this situation, film it and reach out to Rogue and let them know, hey, I think this is too tight. What do you think, right? Because they're very good about taking care of if there's a problem, they fix it. They're very responsive. I realize that this is kind of just me, but I promise you, Rogue costs a little bit more money. The quality's there, and when the quality's not, I have never had a single issue where Rogue has not done the right thing and taken care of it. So when you buy Rogue, you do spend a little bit more, but I can attest to they always are able to make it right if there is issue. And I've had quite a few over the couple years that I've been using Rogue, and I've never been disappointed in Rogue's ability to stand by their product. All right, so let's talk about this calibration kit. So the contents here, we have 8 pieces of UHMW, essentially 4 for each J cup. You have an Allen wrench, you have this UHMW tape, and then you have the screws, just in case you need more screws. So the instructions are, it's 2 pages. It's not anything crazy, and it's pretty self-explanatory, but essentially they tell you to try it on, figure out which size is the right size, and then if you have to shim with the little UHMW tape pieces, you can do that too. So it gives it kind of a little bit of a diagnostic feel to it, but it does allow you to truly dial in your J cups for exactly what you need. I will also say, outside of other attachments like my straight out strength goat, I've never had a Rogue J cup that was overly tight like this. So this is the first one that I've had, and I will also say that I know people that have gotten the Ghost rollers have had some issues, whether it be too tight or too loose. And rollers, typically you want them a little tighter so they don't just slide up when you roll. So that's something that I have heard of. However, I have not heard of any issues with the sandwich J-cups, and I wasn't able to find a lot on it when I looked. So let's get into it. All right, so I am going to go ahead and troubleshoot this and change out the pieces to the next smaller one, see if that fixes it, and do that until it's fixed. I'm going to film that, but I'm going to speed it up when we actually go to edit, and then I will have a results at the end to let you know how it all turned out. There's a little piece of shim tape on there, and it kind of just sits there. So I guess I'll put the shim tape on the new ones because I don't know. All right, new one's on there. Let's see how it rolls. And it is perfect. All right, perfection. So I ended up going with the second down to the second largest one, and it's just slightly, I mean, a millimeter maybe less than the one I had on there, but it apparently makes all the difference because it just super smooth. Awesome. All right, so if you have a J-cup that's too tight that you bought from Rogue, Calibration Kit is a great first step towards mitigating it. As always, I'm Drew from Iron and Lime. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a good weekend.